But it does fit the theme of single target blow up that they have with the Renekton Vi. Let's see. I mean, it might just be Nautilus, might just be boring, you know. Could be also a Lulu. Make the Renekton even bigger in a team fight. Get some big knockups with the Vi too. Seems like that's probably where I'd go if it were up to me.
It's not up to me. He's like, oh god, like what am I gonna pick? Coach is right in there behind him. He's like, oh man, I don't know. Like this is really stressful choice. I guess you're just gonna have to play Leona.
He's like, it's like pick a melee support to lose lane. Like that's what the tutorial says. You now lock in a melee support and lose lane.
Yeah. This is very much like, okay, well let's just try to.
Oh god, now it's the karma.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Or Renata.
Even worse.
Renata's a great choice here.
Actually, I think Renata's super sick at the Renekton Vi.
Yeah.
But they want to win the lane even harder.
Yeah, Renata is pretty squishy, and like if you do get locked down without really being able to handshake or do anything, you can kind of get blown up. So Karma's, I think, safer for lane, as you were mentioning. But I really liked the Renata Glask for just...
Because even if it doesn't kill Pleta, it is going to hurt his chances of getting money from these minions and hitting the last shot on them. Very challenging.
I think
TP commitment.
4v3, does it matter? As Sion Q gonna land, it's not gonna stun, they're just trying to burst down Pleta as First Blood is given over to Frog, and they kill the Leona as Lucid will live actually with a just barely shield getting in there.
You can't, the only way you can actually have any agency is if you all in with Xenoblade. But Rahel has cleanse still, so I don't know if that's advisable. Don't think it's a good idea. We're doing it.
Okay, well, Bible is baiting this one in. He's taking a lot of damage. Flash is the Q. No flash here on Pleta as in goes the monkey. But Pleta, he's getting low. They finally do take him out as Vi here sponges a little bit late to the party. A nice setup, a nice bait here from the bottom lane of DK. This is what DK does sometimes. They remember, they're like, hey, remember this was really strong? And like, Aphelios is nerfed on this patch. Also, he doesn't have any enchanters in his lane. Let's just dunk on him and not allow him to play the game. We're good enough, right?
Yeah, and the answer is yes. They're like no brand burgering this lane. Why draft
well,
more?
Bible is, yeah, well, this was not good.
It's okay, it's okay. Varus is still getting ahead.
That's the it's good enough part. It's like, well, he's not perfect, but it's good enough, you know?
Why draft more, Valdez?
Yeah.
I'm not liking DRX's chances very much right now. It's only a 400 gold lead, but it's a 2 Drake lead. Now they can let this Herald go, D plus can, but I think if Varus gets here in time, they can test. Like Rahel is coming over. Thanatos in position.
Let's see what this Leona gets done in team fights, because they're going to need at least that, right? If you did pick this into this lane as, okay, the Sion is getting bullied here. Thanatos flashes away and the Leona dies after throwing out that. As now the immense burst damage comes out from Rahel, and everybody just able to pile on to one target. Pleta, having no value, gets charmed immediately. He is flashing in, though. Bible is kind of isolated as the rest of the team's still trying to rotate around this blue buff. And yeah, it is going to be DK just slowly picking away at the entirety of the team. It is a full ace into Leona that pops up right afterwards.
And so he's a big threat in the side lane as Pleta can't be here. That's
Pleta
illegal
is
zone.
DED.
Illegal zone.
That spells dead.
I think he wins, but like maybe actually Jack shows is just too good. As
the sub mode for the click noise. I guess it happened again. Sorry about that, guys. Nothing we can do about it. Although we all know that casters do control the production around here as well. As we're getting to the back line, Satab is able to do a pretty nice job of zoning, but Lucid is just going to get in there. Rahel gets the kill onto Satab. Pulbay does go down as mid laners are out. Actually, DRX are up a member, but they're still being hunted down here as Pleta does not have much peel. They're going in on this one. Sponge does get away as, okay, Thanatos does not have too much damage backup, so he's going to have to get away as well somehow. He's going to land that Q as he is still somehow unkillable. Frog still trying to cleaver him down, and finally Thanatos will be forced to flash away.
He can't actually get in there and chase them down, so it's quote-unquote a win for DRX. We'll see what it means.
Vi engage is strong, but he immediately dies instead as a not good fight. Okay, that was really bad. Actually, they're just going to totally ace them. Nobody dies on the side of DK. Everybody is so low. on health, but it does not matter. Bible, he's gotten himself into some really precarious situations in this game, but that one, he locked Sponge down and forced Sponge to make a decision, right? It's either you die or you have to engage into us, and so it was kind of like a half-hearted last-second engage. Speaking of which, we got another one here from DRX. As they're trying to engage onto a Scion, especially at this point, that's just not going to work. As he has Sunfire and Jack shows and some extra health. You're probably going to be taking more damage than you actually give off, as Korea really trying to force this one. They're trying to get into the backline onto Rahel, but a simple change will get the trick. Get the job done. Do the trick. Okay, we got there in the end. Get the trick! And this game is, it's over. Well, the game is over. DK just going to push the bot lane.
New tricks.
Yeah.
That's right, Karma. You tell him.
Lastly and only. It's definitely not what she says. Rahel might die.
Nah, he's fine. He's okay.
This game is
Why is it like
Drover.
Karma's voice lines are like really loud?
It's just the way it works here.
The observer camera is like right next to her mouth or something. Like,
I can just imagine a cartoon of just Karma like screaming into a mic. Well, DRX gonna give it one last shebang at the end of this game, but DK gonna take down the Nexus 20-5 in kills, and that was that. GG.
they lost all sorts of tempo, and then Renekton's almost solo killed, not solo killed, but killed under turret down the bottom side, and they can't actually make a play onto the Scion anymore to try to get the Renekton further ahead and use him. Feels like he did the most damage on DRX, Frog did, but ultimately it doesn't matter if you... It's a problem, but it's also like, use the Renekton power, like push, play towards him, get him further ahead, and then fight with him in the Vi, and don't build Ludens into Scion, probably. They just gave it to Rahel, huh?
Okay. Well, he had over 1,000 DPM, so
that's kind of like
damage comes through again.
Yeah, it's like if the DPM gets over 950, everyone just kind of put their pens sort of move to the bottom side of the map. I voted for Lucid. I thought he had fantastic team fights. I thought his early game was beautiful. I think part of the reason why Rahel was able to get the advantages he did was because he just covered the bottom lane. They set up that really nice trap to get further ahead where things looked a little bit dire. It's baited for Bible, right? Like, it looked like, oh, yeah, we got this guy. This guy's walking into the Leona wall. And then he shows up and saves the day.